It's Matt with Chicago's MMA here with Michael Bisping, fresh off a victory with Mayhem Miller, now taking on Damian Maia here in Chicago for the UFC on Fox event. Mike, thanks for joining us.
My pleasure, thank you.
Were you surprised at how little Mayhem Miller had to offer you on Saturday night?
If I'm honest, no. You know, I kind of felt that the fight would go down that way. I said right from the start I was bigger, stronger, more athletic, a better striker, a better wrestler, and just as good on the ground, you know. So, and I was right. You know, I mean, I've got a couple of bruises here, but that was from an illegal headbutt. Other than that, you know, he kind of felt like a little boy at times, you know, he did. Every time he tried to clinch, I just threw him off, you know. He really didn't have too much to offer, so it went to plan. It was a good win against, you know, I mean, he's tough, he's beaten some decent guys, but I knew I'd have too much for him.
Whenever you sign on for another fight, inevitably what you're going to hear is, well, Michael Bisping never faced a guy like this fighter, the next guy that's in front of you. Michael Bisping never faced a guy like Damian Maia. Michael Bisping never faced a guy like Mayhem Miller.
Sure.
Do you feel you get the respect you deserve in this sport, and specifically what you've done in the UFC?
Probably not. You know, I mean, it seems every time I beat an opponent, they have some excuse. You know, I mean, now they're saying, oh, Miller gassed on Saturday night, and if we had a rematch, if he didn't gas, maybe he'd beat me, which is absolute nonsense. You know, the guy had the living hell beat out of him, and that's why he was led in a pool of blood at the end of the fight. You know, I mean, Damian Maia, he fought for the title recently. You know, he's been #1 contender. So this is, you know, it's a credible matchup. I'll beat him, and then people will say, oh, you know, yeah, but Damian Maia, he lost, he's whatever. He's just a jiu-jitsu guy. That's what they'll say. But you know, I mean, I've learned to have thick skin in this business. You know, I mean, I have enough criticism thrown my way, so you know, I really don't take any notice of it. As long as I keep winning fights, that's all that's important.
One thing different about Maia than Miller, even though they're both ground specialists, Maia's really kind of be a light heavyweight in a middleweight body. He's definitely going to be bigger than Miller.
Sure.
Do you mix anything up? Is there anything different that you're going to do, knowing that Maia's definitely going to be a stronger opponent than Miller?
Yeah, no two ways about it. Maia's going to be a better opponent and a tougher opponent. One of the main things is that he's a southpaw. You know, so I'm going to have to address that. That kind of makes things a little tricky on the feet. Southpaws, you know, I find them very, very annoying to prepare for, and it just changes everything. So that's an issue. And obviously, you know, he's one of the best on the ground. You know, he's very dangerous there. So, you know, this is a tough fight. He's going to be stronger. He comes from a strong judo background. You know, he tossed Chael Sonnen on his head and then tapped him out pretty easily, let's be honest. So, yeah, this is going to be a tough fight, but I think the game plan is exactly the same. You know, control the centre, avoid the takedown, and beat him up.
Well, we'll see that coming this January 28th here in Chicago. And that's Michael Bisping. This is Matt with Chicago's MMA. Mike, thanks for joining us.
My pleasure. Thank you.